Hey, welcome back everyone. Let's solve LeetCode 155 min stack. Design a stack that supports push, pop, top, and retrieving the minimum element in constant time. So we're implementing the min stack class where we have a push method that takes in a value and it pushes that value onto the stack. We have a pop method that removes the element on the top of the stack, and we have a top method that gets the top element of the stack. We also have a getMin method that retrieves the minimum element in the stack, so it returns the smallest number in the stack. And you must implement this solution with O of 1 time complexity for each of these method functions here. So if you see example 1 here, when we push a -2, a 0, a -3, and then we get min, of course it'll be -3. When we pop, now that -3 is gone, right? It doesn't exist anymore. And when we call top, we get this 0 because stacks are last in, first out. And then when we call get min, the new min now, because the -3 is gone, is -2, okay? So looking at the constraints here, I'm really focusing on the methods pop, top, and get min will always be called on non-empty stacks, okay? So let's go over to the drawing board to have a better understanding of our approach. So when we push, so what we're gonna do actually is we're gonna do this solution using two stacks, a stack with a variable name stack, and then another stack with a variable name min stack. And min stack's sole purpose is to always track the min, okay? Because it'll help us get the min and O of 1 time constant. So let's start off with the first operation. We're gonna push a -2. So when we push onto this two stack approach we have, we're always gonna push to this main stack, and we're gonna push to the min stack if it's either empty, that's the first case, okay? Or the second case, if the value at min stack, -1, the last value in our min stack, if that happens to be greater than the value that we're pushing in, then we will append this value, right? Because as long as this value is less than or equal to the most recent value in the min stack, we're gonna push it onto the min stack, okay? So the first case here, this is empty, right? So we automatically add this pushed value, okay? Now we get to 0. So remember, the main stack always takes in what we push in. But does this 0 come to the main stack? Or the min stack? It does not, because 0 is greater than -2, okay? So now we get to push -3. It always goes to our main stack. Does -3 go to our min stack? It does, because -3 is less than or equal to -2. It's less than, right? So now if we do a get min, look how convenient it is. Get min is right there. If we do a top, oh, sorry. So after get min, we need to pop, right? So here's another thing you have to be careful of. Whenever you pop from this stack here, always check if the value you pop off, if it's equal to our last tracked min value. If it is, you pop that off as well. So both of these are popped off. Okay, I'll just put them over here for now. And then now, if we call top, remember, every method we call, all right, so let's just focus on top. So top gets the top method, the top value, the most recent value in our stack. So we're gonna return this 0 here, okay? And then now if you do a get min, we always look at our min stack to track the min value, and it is equal to -2. So far, so good. Let's go ahead and draw out our functions here. First and foremost, the push method. So define push, which takes in a value. So remember what I mentioned, right? So let me just erase these for now. when we're pushing onto our stacks here, I should say, we always push onto the main stack. Stack, append the value. And remember the two rules, right? We only push onto the main stack if it's empty, or if the value we're pushing onto the main stack is less than or equal to the last tracked value in our min stack, okay? In this case, so we'll say if not min stack, okay? That would be this case here, the very first case, right? But let's think ahead for the next case. If not min stack, or the value that we're pushing in is less than or equal to, or the value is less than or equal to min stack of -1, so the last tracked value, okay? Then we're going to go ahead and we are going to append onto the min stack the value, right? Great. So that's the push method. We can move on now to the getMin. Okay, so actually let's do pop next. So define pop, all right? So when we're popping, they said that will always be this, we can never pop from empty stacks. We don't have to do an edge case for that. So instead, what we'll do here is we'll say value is equal to our stack pop. And why do I do it this way? Why didn't I just do stack.pop? It's because we're going to use this value to check if it happens to be equal to the last tracked value in our min stack. If it is, then we have to pop from our min stack as well, right? So we say if val is equal to the min stack most recent value, then we also want to pop from our min stack. So far so good. And now we have two more methods remaining. So getTop. So getTop. All we do here is, and I'll give us a little bit more space. So for getTop, all we simply do is just return our stack of -1, right? And then finally we have a getMin, and as you'd expect, all we do is return the min stack of -1, and that is it there. We can do another dry run, why not? So let's start off with push. So stack, so we're gonna do this here. So let's go ahead and push onto here, okay? Because we are doing this step. So now if not min stack, well, we immediately short circuit, right? There is no min, the length of the min stack is equal to 0, right? So we also push this onto our min stack. Okay. Now we're done with this here. So we continue on to this guy. So push 0, okay, we just did this step. Now if not min stack or value is less than or equal to min stack, 0, min stack of -1, right? 0 is not less than or equal to -2, right? So we do not hit this case. So we're done with that second push. Now on to the third push. We immediately push onto our stack, right? And then now we look at this case. This part doesn't hold, but this part holds, right? Because -3 is less than or equal to -2. So look at that. We also bring in that -3 on our min stack. Then now we do a getMin. So getMin, we just return min stack of -1, which is this -3 here. So we've completed that. Oh, so we completed that and we completed this. So now we want to do a pop, okay? So pop is equal to value, or value is equal to stack.pop. So this comes off. I'll just label it, why not? So this is the value. So if the value is equal to min stack of -1, that is, right? So then we have to pop from the min stack. So this gets popped off. So we have completed pop. So now we want to call top, right? So top returns stack of -1, and that gives us a 0. So that's as expected, okay? So now let's do a getMin. So getMin here, return min stack of -1. So we will be returning this -2, and that's as expected here, okay? So that was the walkthrough. Let's go to LeetCode and let's code up this solution. All right, so let's initialize our stacks here. So we have a regular stack. I'll call it self.stack. And we also have a min stack, which I'll just abbreviate m_stack. Set that equal to an empty stack. Okay, so for push, remember we always push immediately the value onto our main stack. And if not min stack, so if that's empty, or the value, the most recently added value of the min stack is greater than, so actually I'll write it like this. I'll say, or if the value that we're passing in is less than or equal to self.min stack of -1, then we're also going to append to our min stack, right? Okay, yeah, because this is gonna help us track the min value, okay? So now for pop, we're gonna assign val equal to self.stack.pop. And if that value happens to be equal to self.min stack of -1, then we also need to pop from our min stack, okay? And then for the top method, we're just simply returning self.stack of -1. And then for the getMin method, of course, we're gonna return self.min stack of -1, and that should do it for us. Let's test this out. So we passed the initial test cases. Let's submit it, and we have a working solution. Wonderful. Let's go to the drawing board to discuss the time and the space. Okay, so the time for all of these operations is big O of 1, just like LeetCode asked for us, right? And then the space, depending on what your interviewer wants, I think it's fine to just say the space is big O of n, only because we create these stacks here. And the reason why I said it depends on what your interviewer wants. Maybe they'll say that the auxiliary space that we initialize these stack objects with, we'll just count them as constant, but just to be safe, we'll say the space is O of n because we are creating these objects in memory. All right, with that being said, whatever platform you're on, like, comment, subscribe, follow, and I'll see you in the next one.